My name is Janet Kidston, and I live in Spryfield, Nova Scotia. This old farmhouse has been in my family for 3 generations. Throughout my life, my ancestors have appeared to me in and around the property through various apparitions. Most of my family shares a history of similar experiences, and I feel the house is always reminding me to keep sight of its past. Old canes I found in the attic.
What is it?
Canes. Those are old canes I found in the attic. This one has, it says A. Kidston, 1911. And that was my great Uncle Arthur's, so I hold it once in a while. I was told by my grandfather that this was scratched in with a diamond ring. And I noticed the writing is very nice, so it must have been a really nice diamond. And it says Archibald Glenn, and then Jeanette, born April the 6th, 1829. And on the other side of the window, there's also a Charles Kidston, born August the 7th, 1853. And above it is me, Janet Alice Kidston, born September the 7th, 1945. I just had an urge to put that on there one day when I was vacuuming, so I did. So I was down in Florida in the late 70s, and I heard of psychics wintering in a place called Casadega. And of course my Spanish uncle said, "Don't go there, you'll never come back." So off we went to Casadega, and I found this little lady, 72 years old, and she asked me if she could touch my hand, and she touched my hand. She said, "You live in a very old house, and that house will always look after you." And I think about that a lot, that the house will always look after me. I found a little toy soldier one time, and I got the impression of this little girl in a little pinafore type dress with long curly hair. And about a week later I was digging in the garden again, and I found a small little piece of child's pottery, like a little teacup, and I got the same impression of this little girl. And about 2 years ago I was at one of the Mainland South Heritage Society's teas, and I saw the little girl in the picture. And she's my cousin, and that's when she was little and lived on this old farm. This is the long-range view of our old homestead. And when I was a little girl, none of these houses were here. None of the wires were here. It was quite beauteous. And now we got lots of traffic, lots of people, lots of dogs, lots of cats, all kinds of things. But I'm still here. That's all.
Is anyone still here with you?
Right now? No. My brother up in the field. You mean the ghostly people? Yeah, of course. All my little guardian angels are with me, and my guardian ancestors. They're watching over me. I was sitting here, about 20 years ago or more, maybe 25 years ago. At the time I had a Doberman Pinscher, and I had the old-fashioned light switches that was a long string with a chain at the top. So in order to turn the light on, somebody had to reach up high and pull a string. And I was here by myself, and the boys were upstairs sleeping, my 2 sons. And the light was right near the bathroom, and it clicked on. And I had a very strange feeling not to move. And my dog came over and put his head in my lap and was just shaking like a leaf. And it happened at 10 minutes to 12, midnight. So I went upstairs to check my boys, and they were sound asleep. And when I came down the next morning, I turned the light off. It's hard to explain. You have to sort of live in the house to know what goes with it. And And I find it, I've had a lot of people come in this house and they're here for a short period of time and they said the house feels comfortable. And I think it does. People have been trying to get me to do this for years and years, and I've sort of just put it off. But I had a little chat with the house this morning. I told it what to expect, and I told it it could do whatever it wanted. But that when they leave, if they've brought anything with them, it has to go with them when they leave. Hello, I'm Janet. How are you?
Martin Reed. Hi, nice to meet
Hello.
you. Shane O'Leary.
Hi.
Miguel Romero, hi.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Janet.
Yeah.
Brad Maven. How are you?
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, well, I guess we can go in now.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
The one person that's not in the room right now is Miguel. Is she still here?
No, he's
No,
out there
he's-
with
okay.
them as well.
Miguel's our psychic medium.
Yes.
And so we asked Miguel not to be part of the interview because he doesn't want to hear any of your story right now because that will just taint any kind of impressions that he picks up.
Do you mind talking about what you've experienced?
Sure, sure. Of course, I'm kept out of the loop from the word get-go. But initially, when walking in, once walking in, I felt a very strong female presence here. And I'd like to describe her as being a brunette. A very strong personality in this household.
I just want to get your impression of what you feel about it. He sensed the presence of a very beautiful woman.
Oh, God.
And who has a very strong presence in the house. How do you feel about that?
You're gonna have to stop. Will you show him the picture of my mother, please?
I'd rather see if he can.
Oh.
Thing is, if they're all related to, it may make things difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry, people.
No, certainly don't apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, Mick, we're finished with the interview.
Well,
You made me cry.
I bought, just in the event of...
What?
Oh, you've got some.
I got some. I got a whole thing here.
Oh, right.
No, I wanted them to show you that picture of my mama.
That's the lady I'm...
Giacomina Tortorici.
Right, okay.
Is
She's
she
very,
here?
very strong presence here, yes, yes.
And she had told me when she passed away she was going to contact me, but I said she didn't have to. If I see a beautiful sunset and I forget that my mother's passed away, I'll say, oh, gee, look at the sunset, and I'll feel an arm go around my shoulder. So I just stop and I just enjoy the moment and just absorb it as much as I can.
Using this digital recorder, what I did was I basically hit the record button and left it open for spirit to come through without any interjection from myself. Rather like an EVP or electronic voice phenomena. Okay, I stopped it there, okay? I'm just going to review what...
I find it interesting, but I just sort of let the house do what it wants to do. And I'm comfortable with it. I'm very rarely afraid of it. And I'm open to suggestions.
What gave you joy upstairs in the bedroom? What was it you said about Brad?
He went over to the spot where I think I was telling you, Alicia, that somebody hollered at me one time. And he was standing right where I used to sit and do my yoga and meditation. And he says, wait a second, I'm getting palpitations. He said, that's the second time I got that in this house today. And they stopped for a little while and he just took a few deep breaths. So I thought, cool. That's cool.
Why did you think that was cool?
Because somebody else should have something go wrong with them besides me. because when they walked in with all their equipment, I had this just wave wash over me, and it felt like somebody was choking me, and I got very sick to my stomach. That was emotional, embarrassing, but cool.
Did you learn
Okay.
anything?
Did I learn anything? Well, Miguel said, you know, it's not, your house is not really haunted. You just have spirits, family spirits that are kind of watching over you. That's a good thing, he said. So I knew that all along. But to have somebody that's sensitive that way tell me that, that was kind of nice. So that's it, guys. When I was a young girl, the farm sheltered me. The field was mine, the woods were mine, the house was mine, the hiding places were mine. I was part and parcel of the house and the land. I feel responsible to my ancestors that still linger in spirit. I want to keep the homestead a safe and familiar place for them to belong, as they have also given me a place to belong. I know where I come from, and that's important to me. It's a gift, really. One I've given myself. I think the past reflects the present. So when you know your heritage, you have a better understanding of yourself and everything around you.